I'm Robbie Jenkins, and I am here for Sports Law 503, William Woods University, doing our case study this week. I chose the case Shell versus Tippecanoe County School Corporation, 7.10. In this case, there's some things that led up to this. This was a case of Darcy Shell and Shelley Johnson challenging a random drug urinalysis program that was instituted by the Tippecanoe County School Corporation. They stated that the program violated their rights under the 4th Amendment and the due process of the 14th Amendment. The Tippecanoe School Corporation ran two schools, Harrison and McCutcheon High Schools. In the spring of 1986, with concerns of drug use on the McCutcheon baseball team, the coach ordered 16 team members to provide urine samples. Of the 16 tested, 5 tested positive for marijuana use. The Board of Trustees at TSC felt like that under suspicion of other athletes within the programs using drugs and concerns about the abuse of drugs rising across the country, they implemented or instituted a random urine testing program for all athletes and cheerleaders. That led up to the two young ladies then bringing the case to the courts. Under the drug testing policy, parents and guardians were required to sign a release form in order to participate in the testing. Each athlete that was chosen for any team or cheerleading squad was given a number. The athletic director and head coach of each program were authorized to institute random urine tests. The number of the athletes would be put in a box and a single number drawn. If the athlete was drawn, then they were taken by school officials to a same-sex bathroom. The student was given an empty bottle and allowed to enter the stall with the doors closed, and then produce the sample. While the student was under the watch of the official, they were not actually watching the student urinate. They were just making sure that there was no trying to cheat the test. The sample was then taken to a laboratory where it was tested. If the test came back positive using the first type of test, then it was tested again by another procedure. If the test came back positive twice, then the parent or guardian of the athlete was contacted, and they were also given the option at that time to take the test to another laboratory of their choice, and it could be tested 3 times at that point. The parent could also present evidence of why this athlete might have a positive test, for example, taking medication or something to that effect. If the student was found positive, the consequences for the first offense was 30% suspension from athletic contest. Second offense was 50% suspension from contest. Third offense was a full year of suspension, and then the fourth test was barred from participating in athletic programs altogether. The students were also given an opportunity to decrease the specific punishment if they were willing to participate in an approved drug counseling program. The case. Darcy Shell and Shelley Johnson filed their complaint on August 25th, 1987. The policy was put into place by the school district on August 28, 1987. The case was heard in the district court on December 7th and 8th, and at that time the court denied the defendants the claim for declaratory and injunctive relief. The defendants appealed to the United States Courts of Appeals 7th Circuit. The appellants were saying that their amendment rights were violated, and so the court had to prove a few things. The first thing they had to prove is that the testing program involved a search. They came to the conclusion and considered that a search was being done, but it was warranted because schools have the right to search students. The school searches should be judged under the standard of reasonableness. And the court stressed that the school officials' job is to maintain a learning environment and can search if they have reasonable grounds. So the job of the officials of the school is to keep the school safe along with all the other students and have a learning environment that is safe for everyone. The appellants also felt like their privacy rights were violated, and the courts felt like their privacy was not violated, said that when participating in an athletic program, you give up some of your privacy, and there are also rules that must be followed through the Indiana High School Athletic Association that they have in place for drug use, grades, etc. So their privacy rights, they felt like on that part, were not violated. The plaintiffs also signed a release giving permission to put their number in the box and be drawn, so the parents gave permission for the drug test. The defendants also thought their due process was violated because the school gave them an option of having another test done at their cost. Due process was not violated. They also stated that the school was using the drug testing policy as a deterrent to drug use, and the punishment was more for rehabilitation than it was to punish kids for drug use. So the courts upheld the findings of the lower court, stating that the school was in compliance, and they were trying to do the students justice by having the drug tests in place and prevent athletes from using any kind of illegal substances. As an athletic director, I think this policy that this school district came up with was fair. It gave the athletes an option of signing the release or the release form before they were tested. If they didn't want to sign the form, then they didn't participate in any extracurricular activities. I think that when you make the choice to participate in any extracurricular activities, you are representing your school, your team, community, and you should carry yourself that way, and staying away from drug use is one of those ways to represent your school positively. There are also MSHA rules that are geared towards citizenship, and having a drug policy at your district will emphasize this by law to your athletes. You're emphasizing that citizenship is important, and we've got to follow these rules, and drug testing is one of the things that we need to do. At our district, we do not have a drug testing policy at this time, but it is probably going to happen in the near future. I agree with what the school district did, and I think keeping students safe that way is a positive thing for your district. Thank you.